What is up, everyone? I hope you're all safe and doing well. Welcome to the first installment of my new cooking series that I'd like to call Two Pots and a Pan. I understand that going out and eating at restaurants is not an option for many people. Budget is tight. I myself am a student living in somewhat of a dormitory type situation. So if you like absolutely delicious and healthy food with an easy recipe that you can make almost anywhere with minimal equipment, you've come to the right place. And in this video, I'd like to show you how to make homemade, delicious, wholesome chicken curry. It's not that hard. You just need a few ingredients. It won't take you more than 15 to 20 minutes to make the whole thing. So without further delay, let's jump straight into it. My name is Abraham. Welcome to Dr. Rock. So here we have the list of ingredients that you would need for this recipe. It's going to be a medium onion, a medium tomato, a couple of green chilies as per your heat requirement, and a sprig or two of curry leaves. A quick rule of thumb would be that once you chop up the onions, it should almost be equivalent in volume with your chicken. And your tomatoes should be slightly less than the onions that you have. So moving on, we have the ginger garlic paste. This is nothing but equal parts ginger and garlic together in a paste. You might have it separately. You might have real ginger and garlic that you need to chop up or grind into a paste, but it's just equal parts both. Now moving on, we have the chicken. I have little less than a kilogram of chicken here. And these are the spices that we would need for this recipe. We have 2 teaspoons of garam masala. We have 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric, quarter teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Moving on, we have the spices for the aromatics. This is completely optional. If you have it, you can use it. If you don't, that's totally fine. So we just have a few fennel seeds, 3 cardamom seeds, 2 bay leaves, a pinch of mustard seeds, and a couple of dried red chilies. You can also use red chili flakes if you have those. Once again, the ingredient shown here is completely optional. The chicken will taste just fine even without it. Make sure you set your flame slightly above medium. So add some oil. I'm using sunflower oil, just enough to coat the bottom and fry the onions. Make sure that the oil has heated up, and once it's sufficiently hot, just add your aromatic spices to it. You should hear a loud sizzle. Just let it sizzle for a few seconds, just less than a minute, before you add the ginger garlic paste. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, but if you don't have ginger garlic paste, that's 2 tablespoons of ginger and 2 tablespoons of garlic. Just make sure you chop it up or grind it to a paste, it doesn't matter. Saute it for a minute or 2 until the raw smell goes away. Once the raw smell has gone, you can add in the onions, green chilies, and curry leaves. Hold off on the tomatoes just yet. Just saute the onions till it gets slightly brownish. Not too brown, just starting to turn brown. Add some more oil if you feel it's sticking to your pan. Once it's brown, add in the tomatoes. Saute the mixture until the tomatoes become mushy. Once the tomatoes have become mushy, add in all the rest of the spices. So you want to saute that for a couple of minutes, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes, to make sure that all the raw spices are cooked through. Now you can see that it's looking pretty good. It's smelling really great. At this point, add some water to make it into a gravy. I needed some more water. Make sure that the gravy is of the consistency that you want. Now I'm just sauteing it with the water to make sure everything just comes together, just for a minute or two. Now as the water evaporates, you might find that you want to add a little bit more. Just use your better judgment. If it's too thick, add some water. If it's not, let it stay. But in the end, it should look something like this. And at this point, we can add in the chicken. This is going to be good. Just make sure you incorporate everything well. Just mix everything with the chicken. At this point, top it off with some water, just so that the water stays slightly below the level of the chicken. This is because water is going to come out of the chicken later on. And now all you need to do is close the lid and wait. For those of my friends who do not know what this is called a pressure cooker. It is a common find in Indian kitchens, but if you don't have one, that's totally fine. Just throw the whole thing in a pot just like before and keep cooking it till the chicken cooks through. But keep in mind that if you're cooking the whole thing in a pot, you have to check it regularly, maybe once every 5 to 10 minutes, to make sure that the gravy isn't too dried out or that the chicken is not sticking to the bottom. That, my friends, is not the Chernobyl nuclear reactor going off. It's just the whistle of the pressure cooker, and it's just letting us know that the food is getting cooked. Now, ideally, I would wait for 4 to 5 whistles, but since my chicken was kind of frozen and the center was cold before I threw it in, I'll be leaving it inside the cooker for an additional 10 minutes. But if yours was fresh chicken, you just need to cook it for maybe 4 to 5 whistles. That was number 3. I guess we'll let it go for one more. And there we have the final one. If you notice, I turned off the heat slightly before because I was sure it was gonna go off. But you just need to turn it off after number 4. Now, most importantly, before opening it up, make sure you let all the steam out. Otherwise, you will be more successful than most other Indians to send objects flying to the moon. And voila! It is finally done. There you have it, my friends. You have home-cooked chicken curry made with simple ingredients and a couple of optional fancy ones. Hey, this is gonna be my food for the next 3 days, so I'm gonna make it the way I like it. Time for taste test. That's good. Well, one more taste test then. Because why not? Well, I feel I need a bit more salt, so now's the time you add salt to your liking. And there you go. Plate it up. And you know, as they say, chicken curry is a dish best served piping hot. My name is Dr. Rock. Damn it. Woo. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you all try out this recipe. Stay safe, eat well, exercise, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. This is Dr. Rock, signing out.